In your face. On your Masne Bonadicona 24/7, 24/7.
Nafana Nawa Namonso Angels.
Mama Kosedua Maria. Owetri Meseni Kenke Monso. Ekene Maria Jitel na Grace Sebru Ananyeli. Eden God's next tip Moronine. Ojas in God's Puma forgive Jesu. Maria Jason Nenke Chubu. Reverend Ninja. Peter Namano. Nyaju Odibuwani Kosedua. Korere Kisibu. Ekene Maria Jitel na Grace Sebru Ananyeli. Eden God's next tip Moronine. Ojas in God's Puma forgive Jesu. Maria Jason Nenke Chubu. Reverend Ninja. Peter Namano. Okwe Melaro. Ekene Maria Jitel na Grace Sebru Ananyeli. Eden God's next Tiboronine, others in God's Puma forgive Jesu. Maria Jason, Nenke Chubu, Yabalai Bondeja, Kita Namano, Amen. Yabalanya, your own Nenke Chubu Jaso, I will go to Christy. Ayo, I know Yogi Ochuku, Kirin Grasa in Yogai, Kaibundi and Jabuteluzama, where Mali will have no Christy. Sister Nubia, where Batano soon and beaten away, Stena Christi, Amen. What you told the Rena, Nawan, Namonso, what you told the Rena, Nawan, Namonso, Amen. What you told the Rena, Nawan, Namonso, Amen. Kabulo bindini ne kwere no galaga. Sene penke chuba zuri kenando kwa. Kabulo bifa zuri kenando kwa. Amen.
Onye nwanyị nọnyere ụnụ ka Chineke dị ike niile gọzie ụnụ nna na nwa na mmụọ nsọ.
Amen.
Ekpere a bịara ga-esite na nkwado ndị Love Bite Foods and Beverages Limited Nnobi. Ndị na-alụpụta Love Bite Bread nọ na nọmba 1 Nwosu Mmaduka Close, Umuru Nnobi, 081 49 82 82 54.
Listen to news updates on Ebona, the 103.5 FM immediately after the 6 o'clock and the 6 o'clock p.m. We get tuned to be updated, to be informed. News updates, live reports. Ebona, the FM breaks the news with actualities.
I believe that we are hoping for a new Nigeria.
You can as well listen online via mixlr.com/gistfm.
Good evening and welcome to Ebona, the 103.5 FM news update today, Wednesday, the 26th day of April 2023. And the time is 4 minutes past the hour of 6. Martin Ipanshuku Ekeze is my name. The headlines. Catholic priest kidnapped in Anambra, 2 Air Peace flights to land at Ebonyi International Airport. Southeast governors, Clark, Sultan, Oni of Ife for Igbo Summit in Enugu. Police rescues 2 kidnapped victims in Delta, recover gun, other items. Enugu federal lawmaker-elect Professor Namchi unveils Tech Hub and Innovation Center. Tokawu, Fox News host, avoid Carlson's name after he's kicked from network. Now, details. Catholic priest kidnapped in Anambra. Unknown gunmen have kidnapped a Catholic priest at the popular Nnobi roundabout in Idemili South local government area of Anambra State, which became a den for hoodlums in the heydays of kidnapping in the state. The clergyman was said to be driving a Lexus FX 300 plate number Anambra GDD 882 PW at the time of the incident. According to an eyewitness, the priest, who is yet to be identified, was heading towards Oketiti, a neighboring community, when the hoodlums surrounded him and bundled him into their car. The eyewitness said the victim had stopped his car at the Nnobi junction to buy some fruit when his telephone rang. Answering the call and looking around for the caller when he was double crossed by another car whose occupants were armed to the teeth. The assailants forcefully bundled him into their jeep, leaving his car steaming before driving off. The incident disrupted activities in the market as the hoodlums shot indiscriminately into the air. There were, however, no casualties, although some people sustained minor injury as they ran in different directions for safety. The state police public relations officer, PPRO Tochukwu Ikenga, said the matter had not been reported to the police command. Two Air Peace flights to land at Ebonyi International Airport. Two aircraft belonging to Air Peace will be first aircraft to land at the new Ebonyi International Airport in the state. The flights will serve as the airport's maiden test flight scheduled for Thursday this week, as the state government on Tuesday reiterated that all was set for the test flight to take place at the airport located at Onueke, Iza South local government's area of the state. Governor David Umahi stated this while speaking with journalists after the State Executive Council meeting on Tuesday. Umahi noted that the two flights of 80 from Abuja and Lagos to land at the airport, even as the flights will carry a delegation from the federal government for the opening ceremony. It will also carry some of our people from the two cities who are visiting the state. After the ceremony, it will also take the federal government's delegation and others traveling back, Umahi said. The governor did not give details of those who will be in delegation, but it is expected that the Minister of Aviation, Hadi Sirika, will be in the entourage. The airport is part of the legacy projects of the governor, David Umahi administration, to be commissioned. Others include the Iyere Bridge, said to be the longest flyover bridge in the southeast, and the King David Umahi University. Site manager of the project, Engineer Frank Kungu, noted the airport has the largest terminal in the country. He said the airport has the single largest terminal building in Nigeria. Our apron is also the single biggest apron in Nigeria, 133,000 square meters. The international is 60,000 square meters, and the domestic wing apron is 60,000 square meters. Mbu said that with such big aircraft landing at the Ebonyi airport, it will make the price of goods to be cheaper because what 5 or 6 aircraft can carry, it carries it at once, utilizing the same amount of aviation fuel. We have a lot to show to the world when we start, he added. Southeast governors, Clark, Sultan, Oni of Ife for Igbo Summit in Enugu. Eminent Nigerian patriots and persistent champions for a greater Nigeria are billed to attend the second edition of Handshake Across Nigeria Summit in Enugu on Friday. The governors of the 5 Southeast states would be led by their chairman, Chief David Umahi of Ebonyi State, to the program. The event, put together by a group of Igbo think tank, Nzuko Umunna, will be co-chaired by elder statesman and chairman, elder council and the PG of Ohaneze Ndigbo, Chief Emmanuel Iwanyanwu, and His Royal Majesty, Professor James Ose Ayese Tortif, and other personalities expected at the event include leader of the Pan Niger Delta Forum, PANDEF, Chief Edwin Clark, his Afenifere counterpart, Chief Ayo Adebanjo, President, Middle Belt Forum, MBF, Dr. Pogu Bitrus, and Secretary General of Ohaneze Ndigbo Worldwide, Ambassador Oke Emuche. Information released by Chairman Nzuko Umunna Handshake Across Nigeria Planning Committee, Nze Ozichukwu Chukwu, indicated that the legal luminary, Chief Mike Ozokeme San, will deliver the keynote on the theme, Building Bridges for New Nigeria, while the guest speakers are Dr. Hakim Baba Ahmed, spokesman of Northern Elders Forum, Dr. Regina Amadi Njoko, Senator Shehu Sani, and Iba Gani Adams, the Are Ona Kakafu of the Yoruba Nation. He further stated that the Sultan of Sokoto, His Royal Majesty Alhaji Muhammadu Sa'adu Abubakar, His Royal Highness Ambassador Igwe Lawrence Agubusu, Chairman Southeast Council of Traditional Rulers, His Royal Majesty Oba Adeyeye Enitan Ogunwusi, Oni of Ife, His Royal Majesty Igwe Nnemeka Achebe, the Obi of Onitsha, are royal fathers of the day. Organizers explained that the handshake across Nigeria to expanding friendships and cementing bonds between Ndibo and other nationalities of Nigeria, adding that it will again raise the disciple of our strength in diversities as our great heritage for our desired unity and development. Police rescues 2 kidnapped victims in Delta, recover gun, other items. The operatives of Delta State Police Command said that they have rescued 2 victims held captive by kidnappers in the state. Bright Edade, Public Relations Officer, Delta State Police Command, disclosed in a statement made available to newsmen. Edade, a deputy superintendent of police, said that on April 24, 2023, at about 2 a.m., the divisional police officer, DPO, Obian Alaja, CSP Aliyu Chaba, received a distress call that 2 persons, Ogbe Dagaba, a 31-year-old man, and Obinna Wankwo, 29-year-old man, both of Ise Furon Community, Uheli South Local Government Area, were intercepted and kidnapped by a gang of 4 suspected kidnappers operating on a tricycle and conveyed in a Toyota Corolla car belonging to one of the victims from Use Furon roundabout and headed towards Udu Local Government Area. He said the DPO, on receipt of this information, swiftly mobilized, led a team of police operatives, trailed and intercepted the kidnappers at ECN Junction along Abo Uheli Road. He said police operatives engaged the kidnappers in a gun duel that forced the kidnappers to abandon the car, the kidnapped victims, and escaped into the bush with various degree of bullet injuries. The police image maker said the victims were rescued unhurt and reunited with their families. Edade, however, said that upon search of the vehicle, 26 pieces of assorted Android phones, 1 cut-to-size locally made single-barrel gun, 38 rounds of live cartridges, 2 expanded cartridges, 2 money point POS machines, 4 power banks, 2 empty female handbags were recovered. The tricycle with registration number KPE 73QT used by the suspected kidnappers were also recovered. While manhunt for the fleeing suspects is ongoing, the Deputy Commissioner of Police in charge Operation DCP Johnson Adenola has directed officers and men of the command to sustain this tempo in the fight against crime and criminality, and also urged members of the public to report any suspicious person or movement around them. Enugu federal lawmaker-elect Professor Namchi unveils Tech Hub and Innovation Center. In addition to sponsoring over 150 students to take advantage of the holidays to become computer literate, Professor Paul Sunday Namchi has unveiled a Tech Hub and Innovation Center to empower his constituents of Enugu East, Isuzo Federal Constituents, and other youths in Enugu State. Professor Namchi, who is the newly elected House of Representatives for Enugu East, Isuzo Federal Constituency, said even though they are yet to be sworn in, but he is in a hurry to provide sustainable empowerment programs in various endeavors for his constituents and by extension to the residents of Enugu State within his reach and connection. The Tech Hub and Innovation Center is located within the premises of St. Teresa's Catholic Church, Ababanike, Enugu. His words: I am in a hurry to ensure that my constituents and by extension Enugu State feel the full-blown impact of our people-oriented leadership and clear-cut people-focused innovations and programs meant to better their lives. I intend to use these limitless boundaries of education, especially in various endeavors of human existence, to push my people up in socio-economic ladder, he said. Speaking earlier on why he sponsored the computer training for over 150 students in the Tech Hub, Professor Namji said he wanted them to acquire modern knowledge and skill to compete for and IT professionals that can tap from the employability and innovation currently embedded in software program design, coding, and other the advanced computer information communication technologies use, he said. Now we move over to the foreign scene. Tokawu, Fox News host, avoid Carlson's name as he is kicked from network. The day he was fired, Tucker Carlson was nearly invisible on the Fox News primetime lineup that he used to dominate. We are not talking about him. Former colleague Sean Hannity said in one of the two very briefly mentions of Carlson's name on Fox News on Monday night. In contrast, his ouster was the lead story on ABC, CBS, and Carlson was upwardly bounced from his popular primetime show earlier in the day without any explanation from Fox. It was less than 1 week after Fox had agreed to pay $787 million to settle a lawsuit with Domino Voting System over the network's dissemination of bogus election conspiracy theories. In it came as small legal threats loomed. Brian Kemay took over Carlson's hour, telling viewers that Carlson and Fox had agreed to part ways. As you may have heard, he swiftly moved on to other stories. Hannity led his hour-long broadcast with a story on Hunter Biden, the president's son, and interviewed Florida Governor Ron DeSantis and West Virginia Senator John Mancini. Carlson's name came up when Hannity did a segment on the other big media story of the day, CNN's firing of anchor Don Lemon. He brought on Kellyanne Conway, former aide to President Donald Trump, to criticize Lemon as a studio audience shared. We are not talking about Tucker, Hannity said, unprompted. I don't have any details on it. He had a massive audience and he had a huge following. This guy, Lemon, had nobody. Fox's other primetime host, Laura Ingraham, didn't mention Carlson. Instead, she criticized Democrats in her lead story, Whatever Happened to Hope and Change. She also did a segment on a contest in Belgium where people pretended to screech like seagulls. Carlson, Hannity, and Ingraham appeared close in November 2020. That's when they engaged in a three-way test conversation, bashing their own network's news division following the presidential election, according to documents revealed earlier this year as part of Domino's lawsuit. Fox has said that rotating guest hosts will occupy Carlson's full-time slot until a full-time replacement is named. This is where we draw the curtain on news updates on Ebonade 103.5 FM. But before we leave, a quick look at the headlines. Catholic priest kidnapped in Anambra. 2 Air Peace flights to land at Ebonyi International Airport. Southeast governors Clark, Sultan, Oni of Ife for Igbo Summit in Enugu. Police rescues 2 kidnapped victims in Delta, recover gun, other items. Enugu federal lawmaker-elect Prof. Namshi unveils Tech Hub and Innovation Center. Tokawu, Fox News host, avoid Carlson's name after he's kicked from network. You just listened to news updates on Ebona, the 103.5 FM. News produced and read by Martin Ifan Shuku Ekeze. Thank you for listening. Good evening. Thank you. Like, subscribe, and share.
Everyone, 103.5 FM immediately